What is up, everybody? Circon here, bringing you guys something sort of new, but it's not really new. Every once in a while, I do a replay cast, just talking over the replay, and especially when there's music on the live stream or stuff like that, prevents me from putting it up like that. But also to be a little bit more educational, I guess. I hate using that word, but hey, here we are. We're on the secret line on the Sp1cy, and today we're spawning well, south, as you can see, and tomorrow, I'll show you the same map, but from the north spawn in also Tier 7 Scout, but not the Sp1cy. So, the Sp1cy Tier 7 Scout tank, recently kind of got back to it. I just aced it in like 8 games or whatever back in the day and just called it quits pretty much because I didn't really like it too much. But now that I'm doing the episode 131, I was looking around for other Tier 7 Scouts to play if I died early, stuff like that, and we kind of ended up at the Sp1cy. And we already get blind shot there. Now, I thought for a moment there that it was my fault because I knocked down the tree, right? And that could also mean that somebody went through it in order to scout. But there's actually a Tiger 2 right behind me. Don't ever do this. Like, I guess this video is also kind of a PSA at that point. Like, just if you're scouting, especially in such an obvious bush as this is already really dangerous, right? There's a lot of things that can, like, just shoot you. Every time I spawn a CV line, I tend to just shoot this bush just because there's almost always somebody in there. Now, I wouldn't waste more than 1 or 2 shots because, well, it doesn't have to be someone there, and you're bound to miss them even if you, like, aim sort of correctly. But doing this is really, really bad. Please do not do this. It was my bad that it knocked down the tree. But it's very likely that this guy just got spotted by the pet shed that is over there, or the TVP that's over there. So please do not do this. I thought I was getting shot because I knocked down the tree at first, but then I realized, god damn, there is a Tiger 2 behind me. And then I knocked down another tree, and that tree was actually sort of tactical, because I figured I just got shot, right? And the guy who tried to shoot the Tiger 2 either thinks he's missed, or there's somebody in front of him, if he's really smart. Now, I'm kinda, overestimating enemies most of the time. It's just like, oh, shoot Tiger 2, duh. But that knocked out of the tree actually was on purpose, because then they think, oh, fuck, I shot something else and it just ran away, right? So it's kind of like psychological warfare in here. But before you think I'm an idiot for knocking down another tree, that's actually done on purpose. So I back off a little bit, just so I don't get shot at the same angle and the Tiger 2 gets shot. And I do decide to just, fix my engine and stay around a bit longer. Especially since the Tiger 2 now moved up a bit. So I'm trying, and I also turned my vehicle so I can make a quick escape if I do get spotted. That's this TVP Bedshed AMX30 is now on the ground. So it is a very risky spot to take, but it usually gives you around 2,000 or more spotting. I've seen entire teams disappear here if they get spotted early, especially around tier 8 and not so much tier 9 and 10, because then people have more fuel range, yada yada, tend to be slightly better players, but also not really true. But at tier 8 you meet a lot more plebs, people that buy the tier 8 premiums that haven't played tier 8 yet, stuff like that. And if you get the correct team, especially if you play with 2 teammates, which unfortunately I'm not right now, you can get an absolute metric shit ton of spotting up there. So a lot of people will cut short to go into the city and get spotted. And like I said, tomorrow's replay will be another replay in a Tier 7 Scout where we spawn the north spawn here. And I'll show you how to play it there as well. But we do pick up a nice 2600 spotting in about a minute or 2 at most. We're at 13-minute mark right now. So I'm just bobbing and weaving around here, trying to like spot as much as possible. Don't let them get away with these kind of spots like the Bedshed or T49. They do pick off the AMX30, and I think I got full spotting or almost full spotting on the Spencer 88 over there. So we keep running around, just negating the T49 to be super aggressive with the spotting. Because he did get counter spotted by me, I think, and I got like 200 300 spotting on him because the Patriot behind me shot him. So if you look at the minimap right now, you'll see that there's a Bedshed over here at G0 being super passive. And behind him is actually an ISU, and there's not much happening, and there's a Bulldog pretty much just checking out the cap here. But most of the fighting is going on in the middle, and they seem to have invested a lot of mediums, including the AMX30 and the Pen 38 on this side. So they kind of are leaving the right flank open, the 9-0 flank. It is not likely that there's going to be people there. If anything, it might be the UDES and the Scorpion being fast TDs. But a lot of people tend to just camp a lot on the grassy fields on secret line when it's encountered because they spawn there. And the Ferdinand is obviously in the city. And we're doing pretty well. We got the T10 there, the T4 heavy, we got a Conqueror. Our lineup is much better in the top tiers in the city right now than theirs because they have like tier 8 plebs basically. I don't mean plebs in like a negative way, but like compared to the matchmaking, you know, an Ice 3 is very good and a Ferdinand is not so good, and TFP is definitely not so good to fight in the city, facing some tier 9s and 10s heavies, of course. So I see this bet chat, and I'm just wondering, like, what is he waiting for? Like, yeah, it is a little bit risky to go up here, but there are so many houses and buildings you can hide behind, that, and you will probably spot them relatively early because the bushes here are a bit shit. So what I'm going for right now is just pretty much the perfect flank. I realized the UDES got spotted, the Scorpion G is there, the Ferdinand is here, so there's no camping TDs. The medium seems to be in the field. There's only a Skoda, which I have to really watch out for because he can basically kill me in, I think, 2 seconds or so. So we have to be really careful. I do knock down some trees, but we managed to find the Conqueror GC. And we take down that cockroach. Now this is where the outloader is kind of nice. A lot of people always say, like, do you want the outloader or the normal gun? I think the outloader is slightly better because you can get away with a lot of sneaky shit where you do 3 shots of damage and run away. The normal gun does have its merits as well because the long-ish reload does get cumbersome sometimes. And the gun on this is absolute potato. The shell velocity is super bad, like frustratingly so. Luckily the pen is 180, which is rather nice. And there we see the Scorpion G coming up. And a nice thing about this tank is that it has a really good amount of gun depression. Especially when you, just like me, play a lot of WZ131 right now and only have like -5 or so gun depression. It's not going to take you places. So we have a Betchet coming in. He's like, oh, well, we can go here. So I basically made this Betchet go here, and the ISU pushed up as well. And now the Betchet is harassing the Scorpion and the UDES and stuff like that. Obviously, with a 5-shot clip against tier 8s, it's going to do a lot of damage. So seeing that happen is my time to move in. And I see this TVP here, and he's a 1-shot for me. And the Betchet has fired 4, but I'm guessing 5 shots, and he's also retreating backwards. So I know the TVP is mine. The IS-3 is going to be a tough target to deal with this potato gun. But the Skoda is definitely doable. So I get spotted here. It doesn't really matter. I'm in a relatively safe spot. The reason why I went up here, and we do get shot at by something else, is to just spot whatever is here for the team, really. So there's a Skoda that I have to really watch out for, but the IS-3 is on its own. He's fighting an ISU frontally. There's a Conqueror coming in, and there's a Betchet loaded here. And the Skoda T50 is running away. So I see my chances here. The IS-3 cannot one-shot me unless he loaded HE. And even then, I think it's unlikely. So we just go in. We get really lucky. Try and go for the tracking shot there. Get another cheeky shot. And we actually set him on fire with that shot as well. He does put it out very quickly. I think it went off once or twice. It ticked once or twice. So that's rather cheeky. And this is where, like, the outloader is kind of nice. You can just basically do a drive-by. And especially on tier 8 and 7 vehicles, yeah, with the 180 pen, it's going to be relatively comfortable to do so. And then the shell velocity obviously doesn't matter as much, because, well, you're that close. So the T628 was playing super passively, and I spotted him in the backline here. The Betchet is at G2, so I'm pretty safe to move in right now. The T628 cannot one-shot me. He has to put 2 shots into me, even with HE. So I'm feeling relatively confident here to just spot for my Type 4, the Patriot, Scorpion, and there's a Conqueror. I don't know where he is going. It's kind of out of position, but there's also an ISU. So I know I have to back up that if they come for me over the hills, they will pretty much get shot to pieces. I might still die, but I will get the spotting for the most part. So we're just trying to be careful here, not to get spotted by the Betchet. That's still on our left. Obviously, you can see the view range circles. He's going to be in our view range, but we are scouts, so we do get that camo on the move still. So here we see the Betchet, and this is where the potato gun is just bounce or critical hit. It's just like takes for fucking ever. Like, it's crazy. And I tracked them there as well, but unfortunately nobody in my team actually connects any shots into the Betchet whilst he's tracked. I do get a little bit of spotting, but if he was tracked permanently, This is again kind of the thing against tier 9 tank vehicles. They tend to have a lot more, you know, repair skills and stuff like that. And a lot of tier 8s that you will track will stay track much longer. But it is what it is. We do manage to pick up the kill there as we shoot this T-62A in the side. We haven't fired a single gold round yet, just getting a lot of side shots and doing some excellent flanking. And obviously we do get the spotting as well. I think the Patriot just put a shot into him with that 90 mil. There's another one, do get that spotting. Now we get a little bit unlucky here. Trying to get the side armor, obviously we do not want to shoot that turret. Like I said, we could take a one shot comfortably, and that's what I do there, just straight blow for blow, might as well. Get a little bit of damage out of it. So here we it's pretty cheeky. Forwards, backwards, dodge the shot, but we don't pin him, we do get a little bit of spotting again. The Patriot is putting in some excellent fire, but now the Conqueror comes in as the Commissar from Britain or something, and he's gonna finish him off as I cry myself to sleep because I kind of wanted this kill as well. Would have been fairly cheeky, but that one does not connect. I think we hit the turret or so. Still a pretty excellent game here on Siegfried Line. Let's just take a quick look at the stats at the end here. So we do pick up the Ace Mastery. We get a lot of cheeky spotting done here. We did 2500 damage, which is, you know, pretty okay for tier 7. Homing in on 1700 basic speed is obviously pretty damn excellent. Having pretty much the toughest matchmaking you can get, because they didn't even have a tier 7 scout, they had a tier 8 scout. So this is pretty much the roughest matchmaking you will ever get in a tier 7 scout. You can also get games where there's only tier 8s, which is obviously where the tier 7 scout tanks really shine. We didn't fire a single round of premium either. We did use a premium consumables for 20k and still made 35k. If we didn't run a premium account, we still would have made money actually, which is kind of interesting to see. We made 13k there. Almost 4500 spotting on a city map, pretty much a city map. It's like kind of 50-50. I think it's a pretty good indicator of what you can get away with, and hopefully some of you that didn't know about that bush in the beginning yet do so now, and also have learned to not sit behind the scout. That would be rather nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow I'm going to show you the North spawn on the same map and see how we do there in the WZ 131. But I figure I'll give you guys a Sp1cy game, some spicy Sp1cy games, because we had the 131 for like 2 days in a row or so. Also, I hope you enjoyed the Battlefield video yesterday. Thanks a lot for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do so now. Maybe check out some more videos. You guys have been awesome. Thanks a lot for the 71,000 subs right now. We're going at record pace the last couple of days due to the jingles features. Do appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, and peace out.